Hey everybody. So this is our second lecture on cranial nerves, and we're going to look at functions and mnemonics. Okay. So the cranial nerve function, what is the purpose of the cranial nerves? Your cranial nerves play a role in controlling your sensations and your motor skills. So the first part of this is sensations. The sensory nerves help you feel, touch, hear, see, smell, and taste. The motor nerves, on the other hand, play a role in controlling your facial muscles or the glands. Some cranial nerves have both sensory and motor functions, and we'll see that later when we get into the mnemonics. So where is the location origin of the cranial nerves? Two of your cranial nerves, the nerve pairs, originate in your cerebrum. The cerebrum is the largest portion of your brain that sits above your brainstem. These two pair of cranial nerves are the olfactory nerves and the optic nerves. The olfactory nerves affect your sense of smell, and the optic nerves that affect your ability to see. Okay. Where is the location origin of the cranial nerves? The other part, the other 10 of cranial nerves start in your brainstem. Your brainstem connects your brain and the spinal cord, which you should have seen in chapter 2 when you learned parts of the brain. The longest cranial nerve is the vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve has both sensory and motor functions. It runs through many parts of your body, including your tongue, throat, heart, and digestive system. So is there an easy way to remember the cranial nerve? Yes, with mnemonics. So when I was a grad student, I learned a lot about mnemonics and the cranial nerves, and so I memorized these, and I learned them in two different ways, which I'm going to teach to you. So the cranial nerve mnemonics are memory devices to help you remember the names of the nerves in order of 1 through 12. Or they can help you remember whether nerves are sensory, motor, or both. So it's important to know that physicians, people in cogneuro, or just regular clinical neuro, we learned these in order of 1 to 12. Okay. So cranial nerve mnemonics are what we do to remember the names of the nerves in order. And there's two of them. I learned the top one. On old Olympus's towering top, a Finn and German viewed some hops. And when I said the some hops, remember I said that I learned it as the spinal accessory nerve. Okay. So they keep it with the S, and it says, ooh, 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 to touch and feel, very good velvet, such heaven. So it's whatever one works for you. But if you do these are the first letters of each of the olfactory nerves. So on old Olympus towering top, a Finn and German viewed some hops. You'll see when we go these in order, then this is the first letter of each of the olfactory nerves, 1 through 12. Okay. To remember the cranial nerve functions, which we were also required to do in grad school, the words in the mnemonics start with either S, M, or B. So the S is for sensory, the M is for motor, and the B is for both. Okay, but they're still in order from 1 to 12. Okay, so the word order mirrors the numerical order of nerves 1 through 12. Okay, so some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter more. Some say my mother bought my brother some bad beer, my. So I learned the top one. Some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter more. Okay. All right. So that is the end of mini lecture 2.